Hey everybody, welcome to TTT Urban Homestead. I hadn't done an update in a while. Actually, it's been about a month. Um, been working really hard. Uh, had the trip to Arkansas and my mom and dad's house in Arkansas. They got a big garden. I got some pictures of that. Anyway, just going to update you on the projects going on at the TTT Urban Homestead. I haven't mowed the grass because actually, for the last 4 weeks or so, we hadn't had any rain, and now we're getting plenty of rain, but the grass is really wet, and I don't like to mow it when it's wet. It just kind of clogs up the mower. Well, here's the red, white, blue section. It's doing good. This is the red section with the vincas, impatiens, or I'm sorry, those are something else. I'll put the name in the video. It skipped my mind. Anyway, here's the auburn sunflowers, and then behind that we got the morning glories on the fence, and they're actually climbing and grabbing onto the sunflowers, and I like that because it kind of supports them a little bit. I planted some cosmos down here, and also some other things that are white, and then got the white vincas, and those are, some of them aren't. I don't think by the fourth. I'm not going to get any flowers by the fourth on this third row in the white section, but hey, it'll pop up. And then the back still got the morning glories. Actually, the blues have bleeded into the white area, but I'm just going to let them go. Some of them haven't flowered yet, so we'll just wait on those. That's fine. All right. So some of the new stuff I planted, I cleaned out this raised bed, and I'm going to put a picture of the way I germinated these seeds. This is okra, and I haven't grown okra before, so this is kind of a new thing. But the soil's good. I've had amendments in there a little bit in the top couple, 2 or 3 inches, and then I'm putting wood chips. And I really, when I germinated the seeds, I really, once they popped up, I really put them out in the sun as much as I could, just to get them 3 to 4 inches tall. But I gave them a lot of heat, and so they were tolerant to what was going on, because we were getting 95 degrees, feels like 105, and I just didn't want these plants to, have trouble once they actually got full sun. So they're doing really good. Now that they're in the ground, they're just popping up. So this is the okra raised bed, looking really good, and eggplant. So here's the eggplant. The 2 that I planted first are in the back, and we really got a lot of eggplants, good eggplants coming on. We've actually picked a couple, and I made eggplant lasagna this last week. If I do anything with eggplant, it's usually like something like eggplant lasagna. I like that. And my wife she does some other things with eggplant, with just like marinara sauce and things like that. But I actually like making the eggplant lasagna, since I know how to make lasagna pretty well from my mom's recipes and things like that. Eggplant lasagna is pretty easy for me to do. And I've staggered some other plants, so I actually put these smaller ones in just this week. Everything I put in now, in like June and July, it's going to be fully acclimated to the sun. So they're even if I have the seedlings in little 6-packs, they're going to be getting full sun 6 to 8 hours a day until I put them in the ground. All right, and okay, so you're seeing these wood chips I've actually added in between my raised beds, in the raised beds, But here's where I'm getting it from. All right, so finally, I called 3, 4 different tree cutting companies, and none of them had. They always respond. They always actually bring me pretty much a truckload of wood chips. But I finally got a tree company that was right down the street. They were trimming one of my neighbor's trees, and I got them, way early, and I said, bring me the wood chips. So here's the wood chips in my driveway, and I've been cleaning. I've been kind of clearing out a section where at least I can drive something up the driveway. But hey, these wood chips are life plant savers. They keep the ground from drying out, and you can really rejuvenate your soil by just piling up a bunch of wood chips, and then underneath, it's not instant. It might take 6 months to a year to get the soil going underneath those wood chips, but the wood chips keep it from drying out. All right, so here is the eggplant raised bed, looking real good. And then I've got these herb raised bed. It's looking good. And I'm gonna add some wood chips in there around that mid. And then we got some sage, oregano down here. I've been harvesting some oregano, letting it dry out. Or I'll take oregano just like it is, take the leaves and put it in tomato sauce. And we'll get to that in a minute, because I am starting to make tomato sauce from the tomatoes in the backyard. Strawberries, still getting some strawberries. Going through picking every, few days. Still getting strawberries, so that's good. All right, this is my wildflower bucket. I did just trim it, so it'll produce some more flowers. So waiting on that to kind of rejuvenate from being pruned a little bit. All right, coming into the backyard. Let's just go around this raised bed. Lots of tomatoes. These are beef master tomatoes, beef steak tomatoes. All of these plants I actually cloned from a winter tomato plant that I had in the greenhouse, and they're all doing real good. I've been picking tomatoes for the last couple weeks now, and I got this one. This one tomato is like a really big one, but it looks like maybe 2 tomatoes grew together or something like that. Here's green beans inside the raised bed. I need to get out here and pick. There we go. And the sweet corn, doing good. And just waiting on these tomatoes to get a little more ripe. I like to pick them when they're actually ripe on the vine. Pretty much, I'd say 95% ripe on the vine. And they're just the best tomatoes. I've had a few BLTs. I love BLTs in the summer, but just wait on them to get ripe. But here's the corn. I'll just step back a little but that's this raised bed. It's got tomatoes, corn, and green beans. So making a little bit different use of my space. I put tomatoes in this raised bed last year, inside the raised bed, and I don't know, it was hard to control the plants, and they were just going wild, and the bugs and things like that. And I can really control and watch these plants and prune them up at the bottom, and I'll prune off the leaves at the bottom just so they don't get splashed with with dirt and mud and things like that when it rains, because that's what causes the diseases in the plants. Okay, so let's go over here. We got fennel. Fennel's doing good. Um, I've never grown fennel, but this is kind of what it looks like at the bottom of it. And then we'll let it go to seed. Use the fennel seed. Here's my sweet potatoes. I got some sweet potatoes from my mom and dad when we were out in Arkansas. Some slips, and I got all the slips in. I got two 10-gallon bags of dirt. So really, you just let these vines go do what they want, and once it's ready to harvest, you just dump the bag out. Petunias, and that's the flowers in the front that I could skip my mind. But petunias, some of these are doing well in the heat, and then I don't know, some of the varieties, I don't know if they're different varieties, but some of them aren't. But these are doing well. I do have to trim these because these are very, very small bags. I know they're root bound, or there's lots of roots in the bag. I've had these growing for a while. So I trim off the top, a few times, and let it kind of reflower. But the petunias have a very strong fragrance, and I like what happens when they actually kind of capture the bugs. They have a sticky stem, and I don't see. There's when a bug sometimes lands on a petunia, it gets stuck. And I don't know. I don't see any here. Well, there's some on the inside. It's hard to see, but I like it because it kind of helps control the bugs. And if the bugs are going to eat something, rather than eat the flowers than eating the actual vegetables. Onions looking real good. I guess you have to read up on this, but I'm pretty sure you wait until the plant the top part kind of dies off and turns brown, and then you're ready to harvest. Some chives. I still got my one radish going to seed, and it produces these pods. But what I've noticed is the birds are coming along, I'm pretty sure, and they're eating they're getting the seeds out of the pods. So we'll see if there's any left. I got one left, one bag of potatoes, regular potatoes left. It's doing good. I'm just gonna let this green part die off. I did harvest a bag of red potatoes, and I probably got 2 pounds or so of potatoes off of two seed, but basically potatoes that we had that kind of went to seed with the little nubs on it, and I harvested those. Here is the Morning Glory tree trellis, and now I've got these. This is the one I was waiting on. It's called a moonflower. I can't catch it. Haven't caught it open like all the way yet, so I don't know. Maybe it opens at night. So there's one of them there. It's a really large white flower. So I'm just gonna, maybe I'll catch it at night and see what that looks like. I planted some cherry tomatoes here. All these plants are kind of new, and I put them in a cage and a 5-gallon bag, which I don't think a 5-gallon bag is enough. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to move all these tomatoes up to at least a minimum of a 7-gallon bag. And this is the 7-gallon bag, and then 2 5-gallons. So I got some more 7-gallon bags coming in, and here's my Romas. They're in 5-gallon bags, and they're producing, but I just don't like basically you can see the roots coming out, right there. So that's telling me that the roots have expanded more than the bag. So I'm gonna convert everything, all tomatoes, to 7 and 10 gallon bags, just to do, get more from the plant. But I've harvested enough Roma tomatoes that we've made some tomato sauce, and we've actually used it pretty much right away. So not enough to save yet. So I'd rather do the Roma tomatoes as tomato sauce, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do with what I got. All right, so here is the cucumber alley. I lost a whole bunch of cucumbers to some kind of disease, cucumber plants. So I've replanted, and I've actually saved. I didn't save them, but this particular version or variety of cucumber, which I'm not sure exactly which one it is, it's survived. So I'm going to make sure that I collect some of these seeds, because I know that it's the type that'll survive certain diseases. But I've replanted with some other cucumber plants that are more disease resistant, and we'll keep an eye on that. Here's my dill. On the melon side, I've got Tigger melon. Then I've got 3 bags. These are 10-gallon bags. 3 bags of Chamay melon, and I haven't looked real hard, but got lots of flowers, and the bees are working it. So, like, I have a bee right here. He's working the flowers. So I should be seeing some fruit start to come out, and these plants are doing good. I have a couple that look maybe like they've got hit by some type of disease, but the rest of the plants are good. So we're just gonna keep on going, and some, like I said, some of the plants looks like might have got hit by disease, but that's unless you completely cover the plants with some type of insect netting, you're gonna get some disease and stuff. And I don't. If you cover the plant, then you're also not getting pollinated. So I'm a whatever survives. To me, it's the survival. Whatever plant survives, it'll be the stronger one, and that'll be the one that I collect seeds from. And use it for the next year. And I've added some of these yellow sticky traps that seem to work pretty good. I don't see any bees on it, so that's good. They're focusing on the plant instead of hitting these traps. But I'm hoping it catches Yep, there's one of them there. One of the bad bugs that I don't want messing with the plant. So moving along. Okay, on the table I've got some more. These plants, I know 100% that I'm going to transplant them. I'm going to let, on these little bags, you'll see the roots start to kind of come out the side. It kind of they call it, they taper themselves off. The roots taper off. They don't bind up inside the bag. So I'll be able to easily transplant these into 7 or 10 gallon bags once I see that, and then I can either add some more. I've actually got room down there to add, about 3 more bags, and then if any of the plants get hit by disease or anything, then I'll have replacements for those. We'll have plenty of tomatoes, so I'm not worried about that. All right, in the tunnel, I have moved some of the stuff is out in the sun, full sun, and it's doing great. I got replacement cucumber plants right here. They're doing very well. And then some other varieties of plants. And I've actually started more Paris lettuce. Just need to keep it so it doesn't bolt like this. Which when it bolts, you can actually still on Paris lettuce you can use the leaves. It's not bitter, but the plant doesn't produce that the little head like you like it to. The romaine, lettuce head like most people like. Peppers are doing really good in here, and that is a Cubanano. That's kind of a banana type pepper, but bigger. It's a bigger type pepper. And I have harvested banana peppers, green peppers, got my basil. Here's jalapeno. Got a jalapeno that's actually inside the soil of the raised bed. And then of course, the green pepper. I call it green pepper tree because it really has. This thing's been alive for 3 years now. I kept it from freezing, and actually most of the winter this plant was above 55 degrees. So even when it was 15 degrees outside, I had this tunnel was above 45 degrees, and most of the time 55 degrees. So, and the impatiens do real good in here. I've got some pinks and then oregano plant, and I'm just trying some things in here to see, like the peppers do very well in here and don't get any type of sun scald or anything, or the leaves don't start drooping. So that's good. Anyway, getting a lot of production out of the pepper plants that are in here. Some of them, anything in the bag I've actually planted this year, and then there are some. That banana plant was actually is kept alive last year. All right, back to the table. I didn't. So in this container I had radishes, and actually I put some ginger in here. Three pieces of ginger that had little nubs on them, and 2 of them are doing pretty good. The other one is a little slow. We'll see what happens. But even if one of them does good, it's going to spread out. It goes from, left to right, right to left, left to right, whatever. That's the way the root grows. Rhizome, whatever they call it. It grows, horizontally. So I'm trying that out in this container and see how that goes. And then I've got a couple more. I've actually got, this is an eggplant that I took one of the sucker plants. I took one of the suckers off of an eggplant, and I put it in water and it rooted, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I do have 3 more eggplants that I can transplant or put in the either in bags, or I don't have any more room in the eggplant raised bed because I'm going to limit that. I believe I've got 6 to 8 plants in there, and I'm not going to put any more in there. I'm giving them their spacing and things like that. So what I do is like with the eggplant, I took a cutting and I put it in some water, and then you get the root come out. Now some people will just take it and put it straight in dirt. That's all good, but sometimes I found that when I put it straight in the dirt, you have to keep the leaves moist too, so I'd rather do it this way. And these are petunias, and they do real good with cuttings, and they form roots. I don't even know if I'll use these, but I'm just testing things. And this is I need to transplant this one, but it does have a root on it. This was a this is not lavender. This is rosemary. So it does have a little root coming out, so I might go ahead and transplant that. And I'm doing pretty good with the cuttings on rosemary, and this is actually a rosemary that was a cutting, and the main rosemary plant that I've had for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years. I actually up potted it this year, and it's doing real good. It's this one here. And I had some strawberries in containers, and the runners are coming out, and they're just going they're going along inside the raised bed. But I'll probably go ahead and capture these runners in a little container of soil and let them root in, and then have some more strawberry plants. Because I'm thinking that this fall or in the summer, I'm gonna change my my strawberry patch, because it's so hard to pick the strawberries the way I have it now. They're just the plants, just like I let them put all the runners out and grow wherever they wanted. It's just too many plants, and then you end up with, I don't know, bugs and stuff, and you have to pick and try to get through all that. Pool update. Pool's looking real good. It is really full because of the rain, and the water is with my little heater thing that I set up. The water's really staying reasonable. Right now it's at 80, but it'll, once the sun hits, it gets up to 85, about 83, 80, 45. So, and that's about perfect temperature for water, for swimming and stuff. So hopefully, if it dries out today, I can actually cut the grass. But I hadn't cut the grass in probably 4 weeks. I saw my neighbor, they cut the grass on my neighbor's, and everything was just yellow. It kind of it didn't kill the grass completely, but it really looked bad for about 3 weeks until it rained. So, all right, well, we'll talk to you guys soon, and hope you enjoy the update. Please subscribe, like, share, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.